So you always hear the term keto diet or ketogenic diet. Let me explain it to you. The body needs energy, and the primary source of energy is sugar. Carbohydrates get converted into sugar, and our body uses that primarily as energy because we eat so much sugar. However, there are alternative fuels, something called ketone bodies. And ketone bodies are created when your body and your liver take fat, stored fat and fat that you eat, and convert them into ketone bodies. And so your body now, instead of using sugar, is going to use the ketones. And the beauty of it is this, that because the stored fat is being used to convert it into ketones, you start losing weight and you start dropping sizes because you are reducing those fat cells. These are your fat stores, these marbles, okay? So we put our marbles in. So as you can see, the body is not using our fat stores. It's not dropping down to the bottom of the canister. However, this is sugar, which we all eat too much of. And so as you can see here, our body uses the sugar, it drops down because our body uses it preferentially. However, when you run out of sugar or you starve yourself from sugar, this is why we call them low-carb, high-fat diets. When you do that, all of a sudden your body says, well, where am I gonna get energy from? So
it has no choice but to eat the fat.
It has no choice. It takes the fat, and now the fat drops, and you use it as energy. So carbs are your enemy in this program, which I disagree with because carbs are very important for us. But you have to stay away from grains, rice, things like bulgur. You have to stay away from certain fruits. You have to stay away from all kinds of sugars. You have to stay away from tuberous vegetables. So
sweet potatoes,
white potatoes.
White potatoes, right.
So these are things you have to avoid because if you eat these things, then your body is going to start using this preferentially instead of the ketones, which come from your fat. Things that you can have, now I like this, steak, salmon.
But you would put barbecue sauce all over it, which you're not going to be allowed because it has sugar.
That's right. But salmon, fish, chicken, you can have leafy greens and eggs. So these are the kinds of things that you can have, but also you want to have fat. Remember,
this is have whole fats.
This is a high-fat diet. So things like high-fat dairy, butter. You can have some fruit, by the way. You can have nuts, which are a source of good fat, olive oil, avocado oil, and vegetables that grow above the ground. Now, let me show you what it looks like you're going to be eating. It's called a pie chart or a keto chart. So there are 3 macronutrients we eat in our diet. Macronutrient meaning we need these things in large supply. So in the keto diet, you're going to have 70% fats, 25% protein, and 5% carbs. This is the balance that needs to be maintained in order for the keto diet to work. If for some reason...
If that math's off, it will not work.
It will not work, and you will not be in ketosis, and it's not going to happen. Now, one way you can tell if you're in ketosis are these things called keto sticks. Okay?
Wow, this is complicated, man.
So, it's...
You know, I'm lost even at the cheat sheet.
Well,
I would suck at this quiz, so, is all I'm saying.
So you take this dipstick, you put it in your urine, because that's where we see ketone bodies. We excrete them in our urine, and what happens is, if you look here at the color chart, in 15 seconds, it's gonna come up with a color, and here's the graphic to tell you. Now, some people make the mistake of thinking, well, obviously if I wanna be in ketosis, the more the better. Not so. You actually want to stay in the moderate range. And one thing, too, by the way, real fast.
This isn't something you could sort of do. You have to be on top of it.
And you cannot exercise very intensely because you tend to have lower energy on the keto diet because you have very few carbs.
Sounds like you're going to be a really grumpy jerk. So I would move along to a different diet, personally.
Okay.